watch the member's awareness of his or her intentional and unintentional movement and body language. Note distracting movements as well as movements that enhance the speech. Wow. When you know those things that Toastmasters is asking you to specifically look for, you can think much faster. You're not distracted in all these other ways. You've got to answer those questions, put that in your evaluation, easy and simple. Hack number 5, in your written evaluation, because not only are you giving an oral evaluation, you're also giving a written evaluation. And they ask you 3 questions to tell the speaker. Number 1, you excelled at, and so you need, in your mindset of listening and fast thinking, you should be observing, oh, that was good, I like that, you excelled at this. Ooh, that conclusion was brilliant, conclusion was great, okay? So it makes your thinking very easy again. Then there's the second one. You may not want to work on. Another fancy way of saying suggestions for improvement. So the whole time you're listening, you might be thinking of, well, was that clear? Was I thinking over this direction? All of a sudden I realized the speaker was talking over here. A lot of ahs and ums, the organization of speech, transitions weren't smooth, things like this. Okay, so you want to have at least 2 points of these you may want to work on, suggestions for improvement. And to challenge yourself, this is also to give them also on those suggestions of improvement and pointing out their weaknesses and showing how they can overcome those weaknesses in their next speech. So that hack number 5, reading these 3 things and keeping them in mind, also simplifies and helps you think faster. Hack number 6, time allotment. Actually, it was probably 4 or 5 years into Toastmasters, actually having placed in district competitions, 3rd or 2nd, more than once, okay, that one of our club members, Alex Jan, when he was talking about time, he said, well, his time allotment is very important. And if you look at the allotment of when the green flag comes on and the yellow flag and the red flag, you'll see that the green is 2 minutes, okay, 2 minutes out of 3 minutes and 30 maximum seconds. So that is over 50% of the time. And actually, I had never thought about that because I always felt so rushed. We're talking about conclusions that I never had time to really dig into my conclusion, and it was so frustrating to me. And so Alex was saying, you know, when you're still in the green, you should have already covered your first suggestion. And if you see the yellow, you're already behind. And that mindset just totally changed my structure. And that made one of the biggest differences, and probably was one of the things that helped me win the first place years after that. So remember, in the green, you should be telling the things that you liked, but you should already be into your suggestions for improvement. And if you see the yellow flag and you are not in suggestions for improvement already, you are behind the 8 ball. You need to just directly start into the suggestions for improvement. And also for the red. If you see the red, also in mid-sentence, my suggestion is that you just stop where you are and then go into your conclusion. Your conclusion be something that is practiced and that wherever you are, that you can quit where you are and jump into the conclusion and end well. Because if you don't end well, that is the last thing they remember and that's the last feeling they have. Especially if it's in competition, that there is if you don't have a conclusion, you're not going to earn the points that you have for even having a conclusion. Okay, so the time allotment, when you have a clear idea and start getting a feeling for the time, as you get more experience as an evaluator, you will start realizing, oh, this is going to take too much time. I can't fit in 3 things that I liked. I gotta cut it to 2. Or I may just need to cut it to 1 because I have 3 suggestions for improvements that I want to do. And you'll learn to budget your time more efficiently. And when you get that sense of time, it makes the thinking much more easy because you don't spend your time on something that you're not going to have time to share. You're going to run out of time because that 3 minutes and 30 seconds is finite. If you're in competition and you pass that, you are out of the competition. You could have been the best evaluator there, and if you didn't finish within that time, you are disqualified. At TGIF and Board to Shine, we have a culture that when that bell rings at 3 minutes and 30 seconds, our speakers are expected to stop in mid-sentence, okay? That bell rings and you stop, that's it. Because that frustration that you learn as a speaker when you didn't get to ramble on and fill in and get what you wanted in, even though you were over time, that is very detrimental to you as a speaker in the respect of time. So in our clubs, we really want to enforce and emphasize the discipline of time, and therefore, then your mind will be able to prioritize the things you really want to speak so you can get your conclusion and so you can end well. Okay. So let's move on. Hack number 6, practice. Simone said that when we're listening today to the speaker that we should also be practicing the evaluation. And let me tell you, the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is practice. And it is very important that if you want to improve as an evaluator, you should be bugging your EVP. Could I be an EVP? Hey, anytime that I could be an evaluator, I want to do it. You can go and volunteer at different clubs. A lot of